Long before the clanging of factories and the smokestacks of the Industrial Revolution, a different engine of wealth was chugging along, one powered by immense human suffering. This isn't just a grim chapter in history. It's the hidden foundation of the global capitalism we know today. Slavery wasn't simply a moral catastrophe. It was an economic system, a cornerstone of a new world order. From the 1500s all the way to the 19th century, it's a horrifying trade tore millions of African men, women, and even children from their homes. They were forced into brutal labor on sprawling plantations across the Americas. Their hands cultivated the sugar, cotton, tobacco, and coffee that became the must-have commodities of Europe. These goods didn't just sweeten tea or make fashionable clothes. They fueled European markets and filled the vaults of powerful banks and savvy investors. The very profits from this trade funded the expansion of empires. This system was disturbingly sophisticated. Plantation owners weren't just brutal overseers. They were meticulous accountants. They kept detailed ledgers, tracking the productivity of enslaved people like any other asset. These human beings were used as collateral to secure loans, their lives insured for sea voyages like cargo. Think about that. The practices we now associate with modern finance bookkeeping, credit insurance were honed and perfected in the context of human bondage. These weren't just cruel accidents. They were the very building blocks of our financial world. Now picture the textile mills of Britain, the heart of the Industrial Revolution. Where did they get their raw material? The cotton, harvested by enslaved people in the American South, supplied over 80% of Britain's booming textile industry. The immense profits from this king cotton were then reinvested, financing the very factories, railroads, and industrial might that came to define modern capitalism. The wealth generated by one system of labor directly bankrolled the creation of another. But the legacy of slavery runs deeper than just economics. Poisoned societies by creating and enforcing brutal racial hierarchies. These ideas were used to justify exploitation, treating certain groups of people as less than human to maximize profit. These systems of control and coerced labor didn't just disappear with emancipation. Their shadows stretched long, shaping labor relations and social structures for generations to come. In this dark history, we see how capitalism and coercion were born intertwined. When we look at our modern skylines, it's crucial to remember this history. Understanding the role of slavery in the rise of capitalism is not about assigning blame. It's about seeing the full picture. It reminds us that the wealth of many nations was built on the backs of the oppressed, and that the deep inequalities we still grapple with today have roots in this painful shared history. The story of capitalism is simply incomplete without the story of slavery. Thanks for watching. If this video made you think, please consider subscribing for more deep dives into our complex past.